Hello and welcome back to the West Ham rebuild. We're at the end of the second season, and spoilers, cups have not gone fantastically. One has, but we're bringing you the last game of the Premier League season, which does mean one thing that you could probably suss out already. Yep, it's happened. It's a three-way fight for this final match. Who do they play, actually? I probably should have double-checked that first and foremost. Arsenal at home to Liverpool, Manchester City at home to Brentford. We're at home to Leicester, who are safe in 14th, just living. But overall, form's obviously been pretty good. You joined us at the end of December last time round, where we lost to Manchester City, in fact. But the FA Cup run ended very recently. In fact, thanks to Liverpool, 1-0 there at Wembley in the semi-finals. The Champions League, we got Manchester City in the quarter-finals of that and had to play them 3 times in a row as a result and beat them all 3 times. And bear in mind, I play these big matches. Yeah, the first one, someone helped by 2 red cards. The second one, just a 3-0 at home, and then a 3-1 at home. So, yeah, that happened. Bayern Munich, though, once again, our Champions League nemesis. It's been a while since I've been in the Champions League consistently, and yeah, Bayern Munich always the ones to knock us out the first time we're in them. Don't know why, just a consistent thing across all FMs and history. But, again, a very weirdly unstoppable February-March, which happened last season, if I remember rightly. Nope, other way around. It was March and April, and then May, in fact. All 3 months were unstoppable for us last time, but this time we were kind of a bit iffy a month earlier and then got unbelievable in February and March instead. Man United in the league did put a bit of a pay to us there. That broke that particular run of fixtures. Then Liverpool in the Cup and then Bayern Munich in the Champions League. A few draws recently, Leeds and Liverpool, which was a 96th minute equaliser from Andreas. Yep, has kept us in this fight. Andrea Belotti missed a penalty in the 90 plus first minute, so you can... Yep. That was a match. That was a match. So, in recently 2-0 away at Southampton has kept us first for now. Liverpool, I think, may have been held in the last game they played. That wasn't us. Not sure. But Manchester City drew Manchester United in what was their game in hand, and they've ended up only 3 points behind us with 2 goals worse off. So, of course, if we lose and they win, then that goal difference is immediately overturned anyway, just by virtue of it, -1+1. But that's where things stand. I would do transfers, but we didn't sign or sell anyone in January. So Vlasic went out on loan and that was it. So still just running off all the transfers from the beginning. This is Saz's actual squad view, by the way. I recently shifted all my computer stuff and this comes on as standard when you load in the Saz skin again. So I'm running with it because it looks interesting and I've only had to replace 1 column and I can't remember what it was. But it does show all the important things. Goals, Skamaka, Todibo. Yep, Todibo. 17 jumper reach off 6'3". He's doing well, and that value I suspect is going to shoot up at the end of the season. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but the Declan Rice contract situation was dealt with over the first half of that season. I think I might have promised Kamaka he's going to get a new one at the end of the year. But we don't really need to faff around. 1 game to play. Baku is suspended, which is not great. Souček is injured, which is fine, because we have the personnel there. But yeah, injuries are a problem. As you can see here, Bamba, Rutter, Madueke, Alex Scott as well, which is a shame for him because his season's not been as good this year, actually. But yeah, Souček adds to a list of 4 strong, and particularly Madueke and Rutter sort of leaving that right-hand side somewhat lacking in personnel, and obviously Bamba has made the left side lacking. Oh, we're tired, and I don't know why. I know we played a few days ago, but we have rested players since then. So speaking of wingers, we're in a marginal spot of bother there. They're going to have to play and they're going to have to be replaced at half-time. That's all I can think about. That's all I can do there. The lineup: Merritt, Nets, Salazar, Todibo, Johnson, Rice, Caicedo, Dewsbury Hall, Sheldrup, Gonzalez, Skamaka. Front 3 are tired. We're going to have to deal with it. And we actually come into this on inconsistent form, technically, despite 2 months of just pure winning. The last one, not as consistent. Caicedo. Ward hoofed that one forward. Salazar underneath it. Rice to Todibo again. Salazar once more. Sheldrup. Weird sort of pause in the game there, just while everyone just kind of worked out where the ball was going to land. Yeah, football manager still doesn't deal well with balls in the air, as evidenced there. But yeah, just sort of people just kind of working out where they needed to be by the time that ball landed in the engine. Quite funny, but Skamaka buries it 1-0. And yeah, so obviously win this, we win. And because I had a delayed schedule with this, this obviously should have gone out last Friday, but it's obviously going out on Monday. We will actually do the 5-episode plan that we did, and we'll do the entire season between now and next Friday for the 3rd and final season. Just see if we can win the Champions League, I guess, because that's the only thing left if we win the Premier League. But we've still got over an hour to play here, because this whole rebuild situation, just trying to see how far we get in 3 seasons. 2 are completed as of the end of this game. So, Todibo, forward to Gonzalez. Not on the end of that, though. Justin to Fornals, our former player, of course. We sold them to him. Oh, and okay. Oh, my lord. John Lucas Skamaka. That was filth. Dewsbury Hall's been injured. That's good news. But Vestergaard, what are you doing, mate? I love the fact also the animation sort of pulled his legs out the way, sort of just from the oncoming goalkeeper sliding through him. I thought they'd signed Xhaka. Maybe Newcastle signed Xhaka. I thought Leicester had signed a goalkeeper. I thought they signed Pope off the back of Newcastle signing Xhaka. I was just confused by Danny Ward's in goal. I might check in afterwards. I might be sort of remembering the lead save, actually. Go and watch that if you haven't done so already. But this is probably a good moment also to say, if you're enjoying this, do like, do comment, and do subscribe. It does help. We've had a little bit of an upturn in the last couple of days as well, so that was nice to see, even though I missed a video. But yeah, thank you very much for the support in FM23 in general. It's been pretty amazing. It looks like Liverpool are losing or drawing. I think Liverpool are drawing and Man City are winning because they're both on 81 points. Nets. Fabulous feat. I think there should have been a free kick there. Like, the advantage was played, but it should have been brought back. Dewsbury Hall is going to make it to half-time. I'll substitute him at half-time if necessary. Shoulder up. Gets mugged off by Amity, but only as far as Salazar. Finds Nets again. Skamaka doesn't get on the end of that. Shoulder up does weirdly get the header. Caicedo. Good finish from Moises. Moises? How do you pronounce that first name with the accent where it is? Nets. Through. So it's Ndidi who heads it out, and then shoulder up beats the right back who doesn't even jump at all, which is Amity, who actually a central defender, so he's playing out of position, I think. I think Amity is central defender by nature, isn't he? Yeah, he sort of does both. Does question where their actual right back is, though. I mean, Tebow goes close again there. Just saw that, but I was just trying to ponder where their actual right back is. Pereira is injured all the time, so he might still be injured, or he might have been sold by now. Castagna, can he play right back? I can't remember if Castagna is right back by nature either, because I know he can play both sides, and the game often just utilises him where he's needed. Shoulder up. Forward to Maddison, though. That's intercepted. In words, Iheanacho. That was nearly a fabulous goal by Iheanacho, and I'm glad I worked out how to say his name by the time he actually took the shot. Merit to Debo. Forward to Johnson. Gonzalez passes it to them, but it comes off their player's heel somehow, and we've got the ball back. Johnson to Debo. Rice. Todibo recently got a France cap as well, so good for him. Caicedo scores again. We are unbelievable. So you probably need to think about making substitutions at half-time just because Shoulder Up, Gonzalez, Dewsbury Hall all under 70% by the time we even get to half-time. But it's also 3-0, so we can sort of maybe afford the rotation. And Leicester have had one shot and none on target. This formation continues to do absolute wonders in just restricting chances full stop. In fact, I think we've seen the only chance they had. There was Iheanacho's shot that went over. Shoulder up. Still shoulder up. Lovely ball to Caicedo. Hat-trick? No, Gonzalez. 2 goals, 1 assist. Caicedo's getting man of the match. This formation is fantastic when you have the advantage. I mean, lovely work. Lovely finish from Gonzalez. Nice for him to get a goal there. Genuinely forgot we scored 5. I thought we'd only had 4. Skamaka with 2, Caicedo with 2, Gonzalez with 1. We've had a lot of shots on target, I say. I think we might allow it to roll to like 55 minutes and then make those substitutions. Just don't want to take them off immediately at half-time. I thought I was about to do a very careful Dewsbury Hall. You just never know with those kind of tackles. Rice, Gonzalez. That's going to be Caicedo on the end of that, maybe. Hat-trick? Nearly. Okay, so Todibo under this. Skamaka's on the post. One of them hopefully will get on it. Nope, neither do. In fact, it's Salazar and Skamaka. Where's Todibo in that at all? Shoulder up. Nets. Cross the box again. Dewsbury Hall at the back post. Against his former team, of course. Kind of forgot about his Leicester history. Not the end of that highlight. Worth saying there as that falls down to Todibo. Merit. Feel like we're seeing an awful lot of highlight before we're getting to the actual highlight, but Caicedo, Salazar, they'll ride it all the way through. Shoulder up now to Nets on the overlap. Nets booked. Might take him off as well relatively early. One of the positions where we've got plenty of strength. Skamaka, nope. Down again. Gonzalez is going to end up with this ball, I think, just because of the way it's bouncing around. Shoulder up off the bar. Gonzalez tries to head the ball that doesn't exist anymore. Carnage, 24 shots, 17 on target. We've had 18 shots on target. Joe Ward has still saved 13 shots in this game, and it's 1 hour in. Just want to throw that out there. Box to box, Barrett comes on for that. I guess Cornet, even though he's not right-footed, Paqueta is left-footed, so he can do that side. We'll let Nets roll a little bit longer. Todibo, nearly for his 18th goal of the season, saved by Ward. Highlight not over. Poofed. Johnson, back to Rice. Caicedo finds Cornet. In Mr. Skamaka. That should have been his hat-trick. I kind of forgot he was on a hat-trick as well, actually. Corner from Nets. Salazar under it. I thought that got in again, but free kick, apparently. Someone was offside. Nets on a free kick. Salazar back post. Over. Stop aiming at Salazar. Tadebo's the one with the jumping reach. Ward. Although I think Salazar's is like 15 as well, to be fair. It's not awful. Paqueta. This might genuinely actually be Corney's first game, I've just realised. Barrack. He'll get a Premier League winners medal, though, if we continue to see this out of 5-0. Tielemans headed clear. 75 minutes on the clock. We'll just do some more tired players. Anyone on that bench who might need to come on? No, I don't think any of them need to come on. Tadebo off just because he's knackered. Sole on. We've had 40 shots. Joel Ward has saved 19 shots. The world record is 16 shots, by the way, in case you're wondering. But yeah, Joel Ward's managed 19 here. Caicedo, well, he's let that one in. Hat-trick for Moises Caicedo. Thank you for joining me for this unbelievable game. 6-0. They've had one shot, I think. This is it. This is the formation at its utter best. It's just dominant. When you have the upper hand, it is dominant. It comes apart a little bit when you're playing better teams, but when you're playing teams of equal or lower quality, kind of, then you tend to be quite dominant with it. Declan Rice shakes hands. I'm stood here off it for some reason. Dear Sports Interactive, I should be involved. But there we are. West Ham season 2, 2 seasons earlier than it took me with Leeds. Kind of shows how much that 5-back formation was holding me back, I guess. But don't get me wrong, though. West Ham do start with some elite players to begin with in the form of Declan Rice, I guess. And actually, that's the only one that's still here because Bowen went to Newcastle. I've won it without him. Was that 90+ million move worth it, Jared? I think they finished 7th, so I think they got European football. So shout out to Newcastle there. Yeah, Newcastle finished 6th in the end, so Jared Bowen will get European football, but not a Premier League winners medal. Sorry, I've just seen here. Tadebo fitness concern. Well, good news. We don't play any more matches now. Best ever Premier League finished, of course. I'd just like to say Madueke's promise wasn't to win the Premier League. I think it was just to be in like Europe or something, but we've obviously outdone that. A 10 rating for Caicedo, understandably. Aaron Cresswell was subbed on 6 times. Oh, to get a medal, you have to play 5 matches, so Cresswell just sneaks in with 6 substitutes. Japhet Tanganga, 4 starts, 1 sub. I didn't realise he was borderline. Bayern Deer actually made 5 appearances in the league as well, so just about gets his Premier League winners medal, I guess, as well. I think this is Premier League, so shout out to them, which means Cornet didn't. I don't think Wesley Hurt did either. No, I can't see Wesley Hurt on that list. Why are we still training? There's no more games. Leeds relegated, but I don't know if they've got anyone left that's worth stealing. Mary gets Golden Glove. 24 goals conceded in 33 appearances. Chakawed did go to Newcastle. Clean sheet 17. Manager of the Year, thank you very much. West Ham players in Team of the Year. We've won the league and get 4 people in Team of the Year. Second place and third place, Liverpool and Manchester. I don't know which way around they finished in the end. Get the remaining 7 players. But Skamaka, Rice, Tadebo, Merit, 1 of each. Skamaka got 500 grand. And Declan Rice got his Team of the Year bonus. No, we put them in because they're never going to get it. And when they do, we'll have the money. Really? Didn't you sign at the beginning of the year? Oh no, you started at the beginning of last year. Okay. I mean, you're on 70 grand a week, but okay. Well, then we'll give him a new contract then. But I'm hoping just to get to the end of the season stuff, just so we can go through that and review the season as a whole. There we go. Right. Season review. The arrivals. Nolly Madueke ended with a 7.5 average rating, even though he only played 25 games in the end from the start. One of the few people who's listed as injury prone that has actually been injury prone. Moises Caicedo actually started 20 games in the end, but subbed on in 22 further. Good season from him. Nets did well. We'll register him for the European competitions next year. Tadebo obviously did very well. 17 goals. Somehow only got 7.2. Bayern Deer played well in the games he played. Merit with 23 conceded in the league. Somehow only got 7.07. A lower average rating than Bayern Deer. Actually, a lot of people on 7.07, oddly. Rotter got 7.06. Did he get a Premier League medal? Because he played 11 games but 10 subs, but I don't think he did that in the league. And Belotti actually came on 24 times, but only 6.95, and poor Wesley Hurt only played 3 games in total, but that's kind of his role. A+, obviously. Champions League results, semi-final, B. Semi-final! Obviously next year it goes to the league format, so I don't know if that's going to help us or hinder us. C+ for the semi-final of the FA Cup, despite being Man United in the round before. And Carabao Cup, Leeds knocked us out just randomly. Biggest win, you just saw. Best win, 4-0 over Arsenal. Again, London bias. The best goal was one of 2 goals in 2 minutes against Birmingham. And it was Antonin Barrack of all people. Somehow that's all down, apart from competition prize money, which is 40 million more. And team of the season, Merit, Nets, Salazar, Tadebo, Baku. Nets is definitely going to have to be registered next season in the Europa competitions, Champions League, I should say. Souček, Gisbjorn, Rice, Bamba, Madueke, Bamberby's shoulder up is interesting. And then Skamaka up front. New records. Dewsbury Hall got 17 assists. Yeah, I need to talk about that. 17 assists. New highest transfer paid and new highest transfer received in Belgium. 94 million, 93 and a half. How have you got on, Jared, on your 205 grand a week? Oh dear. Worse than he did for us the year before. Oh dear, oh dear. What do they want next year? Reach the knockout stages, which I think is doable. Qualify through Europa League in the league. Okay. So in case you didn't know, always tell your team in the end of season team meeting what the club vision is. You can't go wrong. So we want to be reaching the knockout rounds of the Champions League. One person is here and pleased by that. Training camp in the US, might as well. Oh, here we are. How many times did I get ton up this time? Only the once. I'll be honest, the highlights this season have been minimal. Oh, Sheldon was number 1 in the next gen list. Forgot to mention that. But Golden Glove, Manager of the Year, Young Player of the Year for Nolly Maduwerke, not Player of the Year, and West Ham win. So 4 big things there. Bindier, promised to play him in the cup competitions. I think you find I did. 4 FA Cup, 2 Carabao Cup, 5 Champions League games, in which you got a 6.32. Nope, sorry, that's the Europa chat. That's for Turkey. 3 Champions League games. Okay, maybe I didn't use him in the Champions League as much as possible. But he's definitely been used, and Carrick's missed out by Middlesbrough. Good for him. Interesting. Technological advances, downgraded. But that rounds off season 2. 23 million in the bank. I think there's still more money to come in, but the transfer budget is 60 million, and we've got another 500 grand of wage budget, so kind of enough for 4 or 5 premium players, if necessary. But left-hand column, fantastic. Premier League winners. Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, semi-quarter. The silverware elsewhere, not fantastic. Obviously, we got the Conference League in year 1, but Premier League in year 2. Still haven't got domestic silverware. FA Cup would be nice. Carabao Cup, if that's what we end up with, then sure. But FA Cup would be nice. And the Champions League, most of all. It's been another fantastic season here at West Ham, where this tactic is doing wonders and the signings are doing wonders. I'm not sure we've necessarily had a dud signing yet either, which is rare. But even Dewsbury Hall, who I was questioning as sort of, is he the star rating he actually is? 17 assists. Yeah, he has been a surprise and one to note for future saves, just in general. But I've been pretty much impressed by everyone who's come through these doors in this particular save. And impressed by those who have left. Thank you for the 94 million, Jared. Ta-ra. We'll take the money and then win the league. Doesn't work out for some. Just doesn't work out for some. Thank you for joining me. As I've said earlier, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal by now. I'll see you for the end of Season 3. We'll just do all of Season 3 in one video. Ta-ra.